أحبادي هذا تمم عائل غانا غانا والكلام الحل يا مشلي اسقميني في رقصة شليني خارج الباب الباب.
Hello, you beautiful beings of light. I am back with another transmission, taking a moment to ground into Pachamama, to ground into the earth frequencies, to ground into Gaia with bare feet. I connect to my mother, I connect to the frequency of this planet, this realm, the earthly realm. And although many of us ground through our feet by touching earth with our bare feet, I am also connecting my root chakra visually imagining that a beautiful tree, sacred tree, grows out of my root and goes down, 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 down into the very core, into the very root, to the very center, the crystalline caves of the center of the earth, of the center of Pachamama. And by visualizing my tree trunk and my roots connected to the mother, I'm better able to provide messages from a balanced place, from a place that is relevant to you here on earth. Because let's face it, this video isn't necessarily going out into the galaxies beyond. It's going out to you, and you are here on earth with me, and I'm here with you. And so what is very, very, very present for me right now, as I'm sure it is for many of you, is the desire to step into our appropriate roles with everything that we are bombarded with day in and day out. We're constantly being told where to put our energy, who to support, who to love. I've been having my own struggle in the sense that I know my role, and yet I'm getting pushback. I'm getting pushback from people that I love and respect, people that are beautiful beings, and they are conscious beings as well. Many of them in the US right now, while cities are going up in flames and people are joining forces for a cause. And I'm all for a cause, as long as there's discernment, as long as we're not being corralled, as long as we're not being misguided into the next thing they want us to be doing. And I'm going to say the word they probably a few times in this video, and just let that sink in, because the they that I speak of, on some level you know, on some soul level you know exactly who I speak of. And I'm not going to put a name to it. But I am starting to trust myself more and more, to trust that my phone was broken in the weeks leading up to the riots beginning in the US based on this incident where somebody was killed. And I believe that in those weeks of being more disconnected, not 100% because I had my computer still, but being less connected than I would normally be to my phone, I was able to be in a state of upgrade, in a time where I was shedding more aspects of myself that possibly would not let me make this video, or that would not let me speak my truth in a way that it could be received by others in a loving way. Because right now there's so many things, there's so many opinions and beliefs and messages and demands being flung all around social media, and also the mainstream media, even though I don't go there. I know it's there. What are we being shown? What are we being shown? We're being shown vibrationally chaotic and unstable imagery, and the masses are gathering. But the masses are gathering for unity, or they're gathering for one cause because one Cusco life. And it's interesting that I got interrupted as I was trying to drive that thought home, so I will take a breath and see if it can come out again. Are the masses gathering, speaking out, and truly aiming to vibrate in a frequency of unity? Or are many of them, and I'm not going to say all, are many of them just a product of the next thing that everybody is supposed to be doing and supposed to be paying attention to and supposed to be following in line with? Because as much as I want to see justice spread like a blanket over the entire planet, I'm not blind. I'm not blind to the truth that lives within inside of me that says, if you make this about race, if you make this again about division, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. When will we realize that we are so much more powerful? Power to the people. The people are powerful. Not the black people, and not the white people, and not the brown people, and not putting us in these boxes anymore. God damn, it's sickening. I'm fucking so tired of it. And people that have guilt, people that are harboring these feelings of like, well, yeah, I've never really looked at, my neighbor who happens to be black. I've never looked at them like a real mirror for me, or a real human that I should interact with or get to know or support in some way. These people that are feeling guilt, shame perhaps right now, accountability is so important right now, and yet I'm not blind to the fact that they are manipulating again with mass media, again with mass forces showing up with staged events, with staged tactics, let's say. I understand on an energetic level, we're at a boiling point. You had all these people in quarantine. Of course, the pressure cooker is about to pop. We are at a moment that we're fed up, but I say we and I mean the we. I mean the everybody. I mean worldwide, we're fucking tired, we're fucking sick of the narratives. Of the narratives that keep people separate, that keep people battling, that keep people confused, lost, angry. And I'm not even in the country of my birth to witness any of this. And I can't emphasize enough how much I trust that I'm exactly where I need to be so that I could be doing exactly what I need to be doing. And so I'm gonna switch into a different frequency. I want to bring a message of unity. I want to bring a message of hope. I want to say there's no one way, there's no one answer, there's no one path, there's no one process. If your heart and soul is telling you to be out there protesting on the front lines, I recognize you as a sovereign being. Honor your soul, honor your truth in this moment. And if you're a bit lost, if you're a bit confused, if you're a bit foggy, stay home. Come back to center. Check in with heart. Connect to your guides. Grab a crystal and ask questions. Ask questions to the higher version of you that is going to tell you exactly what you need to hear so that you know what your role is in all of this. Perhaps your role is, I'm going to cook some bomb-ass food for people that are protesting. I don't want to be out there, but I want to nourish people. And I love cooking, and I'm going to put the most beautiful frequencies into the food. Maybe you're a light worker who is sitting in wherever in the world right now, knowing that this type of intensity is happening not just in the US, but there's boiling points all over the world. And maybe you are sitting and you are a pillar, and you are a pillar of light frequencies, and you are just transmuting the pain, the trauma, the old stories, the shame, the guilt, the them, the us, the fight and the battle, and you're transmuting it into pure light just by meditating, just by sitting, just by contemplating or creating. And I see you. I see you and I feel you and I recognize you. And for those that are voicing opinions and thoughts, and they're utilizing their throat chakras in ways they never have before, whether or not they're 100% sure about what they're saying, I honor what you are embodying in this moment, and I know that everything is perfectly aligned. When the chaos subsides, what will we do? Who will we turn to? Do we still keep giving our power away to authorities, to police, to governments, to mayors, to representatives? Or can we just come together and say, that doesn't work anymore? It doesn't work. There's too much corruption. There's too much inequality. You don't have our interests at heart. You don't have the people's interests at heart. And so the people reclaim their power. I reclaim my power. I may have a passport that has a country's seal on it, but when somebody asks me where I'm from, I say I'm from the stars. I'm from Venus. I'm from anywhere but a country, because that gives my power away. I'm not vibrating in that anymore. If we're that powerful in numbers to protest, why aren't we that powerful in numbers to reclaim our sovereignty and to say, you have no right here anymore. You have no jurisdiction. You can't arrest me. You can't arrest my brother or my sister. Do no harm is the universal law. Do no harm. And if you are vibrating in universal law, you don't need law enforcement. Every time I make one of these videos, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't pre-plan anything. I let divine spirit, divine source, divine inspiration speak through me. And I didn't know it was gonna get so political. But these are the times right now. Let's not shy away from the things that want to be spoken through us. But let us treat this present moment as unprecedented times. We've not been here before. We've not lived this before. We are learning on the go. We are trying to change the world. We are changing the world. Collectively, I feel 2020 is probably the biggest catalyst for change that there ever was. I'm happy to be alive at this time. I'm happy to be witnessing so many people changing themselves, and therefore when we change interiorly, our exterior also must change. That is a universal law. That's how this all works. I want to transmit a quick tarot message from the Animal Tarot deck for whenever it is you watch this video, but it's also highly connected to the energies and the frequencies that are moving us right now, that we are moving through. Oh, I think that's a cheat because I had this page marked. Although there are no mistakes, so I chose this for myself a few days ago. It's the Blue Jay, and it is proper choice and use of power. Power and sovereignty go hand in hand, so I don't think this is a mistake. Blue Jay's appearance always indicates there will be opportunities to develop our innate potentials and to open new depths in our abilities and our power. As a result, we will have to learn how to make proper choices as to how we will handle the responsibilities associated with our power. When they appear in our life, we must be cautious not to misuse what we now have and make sure we do not place ourselves in a position where power can be used against us. The black and white markings, along with its blue coloring, reflect Blue Jay's ability to help us tap into our deepest levels, opening us to higher knowledge. The difficulty is deciding how to use that new knowledge appropriately. Tapping into our deepest levels will most likely pull up many emotions, making choices difficult, but we must not allow impatience or our emotions to choose. The key to making the proper choice is selecting so it does not hurt or take advantage of anyone in the process. And this is where what I said about the universal law, which is do no harm, goes hand in hand. When we start reclaiming our power, when we start reclaiming our sovereignty, corruption will come knocking at the door and say, oh, you're in your power now. Can I lead you this way? Can I lead you down this path? I'll show you. And there may be temptation to go down that route. But the key is, if you know that people will be harmed, people or any beings, the planet, the animals, the plants, will be harmed if you go down that path. Knowingly, you know they will be harmed. Then that is abuse of power. And you are not going to be supported by the universe in that sense. You will still be in your sovereignty. We still always have choice. But all of the universe will not be conspiring to create a beautiful life for you and a beautiful path, beautiful community, and beautiful collective experiences. If you choose to use your power for harm. If there's any message that I want to drive home to you today, is to be in your power requires a lot of discipline, requires a lot of evaluating and reevaluating what your life has been up until this point. Decide today, from here on forward, what it is that fuels you, what your role is going to be. Vibrate in love now, and many, many, many answers will come to you. Many, many messages, guidance, beautiful frequencies from your ancestors, from your guides, from those in the higher realms that are your allies. They'll drop down into you. I'm sending you so much love. I wish it was warmer out. I'd just stay out here talking to you longer, or perhaps get naked in my hammock.